Let's talk about some of the game mechanics for shifters. Shifters uses d6 and numerical values to represent how many d6 you roll when using that stat or ability. The numerical values in red are the amount of d6 used when rolling a particular stat or ability. Oftentimes you will see modifiers next to a numerical number such as -1 or +2. These subtract or add complete dice, not just the numerical value. For example, if I roll 2 for my close combat, but there's an ability a monster has given me -1, I would subtract a full dice. Now I would roll 1d6 instead of 2. Let's break down the stats on this Paladin Shifters card. In the left hand side you'll see a blue pair of boots with a red number 2. This represents the number of dice that you roll whenever you're trying to escape from a monster in combat. You roll your speed value versus his speed value, and if your speed value is higher, then you manage to escape. The next stat we're going to look at is the shield with the crossed swords. This is your defense value. You roll defense whenever attacked and hope that your defense number is higher than the attack number so you do not take damage. Next we have an arrows icon, which represents your ranged attack value. Next we have cross sabers representing the close combat value. This paladin has a 2 for close combat, so he would roll 2d6 and compare it to the monster's defense roll to find out if he's dealt any damage. The next stat icon we're looking at is the key. This represents your character's skills. This paladin has 2 in skills and therefore would roll 2d6 when using a skill value. However, there are 4 sets of skills in the game and each character gets to choose one of those sets. For an example, set 1 might have dexterity, cooking, and driving cart. Each one of those skills has a skill value which adds to your character's icon skills. So if I have 1 in dexterity, I would add it to my character's base skills here on the card, which is a 2, for a total of 3. If the value needed to succeed a skill roll was 12, I would roll 3d6 and hope to get over a 12 to succeed on that skill roll. The next stat icon we're going to look at is the book. This represents your character's ability to use magic. In Shifters, all characters can use magic to some extent, some better than others, thus will have a higher numerical value in that stat. The next icon we look at is in the upper right hand corner of a flying skull. This is your Shifter's stat icon. This represents the number of power-ups you'll need to shift your character from a standard warrior into a powerful Shifter's monster. On the banner just above the pile of bones is your hit points. Once your hit points total reaches 0, your character will be sent to the Isle of Dread, where they will stay until another adventure can resurrect you back into the game. Finally, under the banner is your character's special ability. It takes an action to use the special ability. In this example, Paladin characters gain Perhaps You've Heard of Me. Ability 1, which means roll 1d6 to any defensive roll or dodge skill. Pretty valuable. Thank you for watching and come back next week for more card explanations.